Okay, have my yardage here. Take a look. Oh no, not the 5-iron again. Does that sound familiar to you? It's a pretty common thought when we're working with our longer irons, but in this video I'm going to show you how to hit them longer, higher, and straighter. So today we're talking about the longer irons. Specifically speaking, we're talking about the 4-iron, the 5-iron, and the 6-iron. And why these clubs are tougher to hit. You know, why are these clubs tougher to become more consistent with than any other club in our bag or any other iron in our bag for that matter? Well, two reasons come to mind. Number one is the length. The 4, 5, and 6 irons, they have more length, okay? They're longer than your 7, your 8, and your 9. Anytime that the club becomes longer, it becomes more difficult to hit the center of the face. And number two, the 4, 5, and 6 irons, they have less loft than your 7, 8, and 9 irons. So when the club has less loft, there's a tendency to want to help the ball into the air. And what I mean by that is, okay, as you get up over that ball and your eyes see very little loft, or you see that straight face down, looking down there, the tendency is to want to help the ball into the sky because you're not trusting the loft on the club, basically. All right? So when it comes to hitting the longer irons, or when it comes to hitting any club in your bag that doesn't create confidence for that matter, is to think about two things. Number one is grip pressure. Okay, a very, very soft and light grip pressure. So on a scale of 1 to 10, we're about a 3 or a 4. All right, what I mean by that is when we grab a club out of our bag that doesn't create confidence, our anxiety level typically goes up a little bit. So the first thing that happens when our anxiety level goes up, our grip pressure goes up. And when our grip pressure goes up, all of a sudden my forearms and my arms and my shoulders become tighter, a lot more tense. And when that happens, it limits my ability to rotate or to turn behind the golf ball. And all of a sudden my swing becomes shorter and my contact becomes a lot more inconsistent. So number one is to think softer hands, softer arms, softer shoulders, so you're able to complete your backswing and complete your through swing, which leads to number two. The number two tip here today, once you've generated a softer grip pressure, is to think turn, turn. So like I just mentioned, when you have a tighter grip pressure, all of a sudden you freeze up, we can't turn. So softer arms, softer hands, all I want you to think about on the swing is to think completing your turn going back and completing your turn going through. Just think a bigger shoulder turn back and through is going to help you make better contact. It's going to help you hit the ball on the center of the face more often so you can hit it higher, hit it longer, and definitely hit it straighter.